1 hour ago, something that hasn't happened in more than a decade just did off our coast, and it's meant to save whales from being killed by ships. No one knows how many whales are dying, but some researchers suspect it's having a very big impact on some of the most endangered species. So new routes are guiding ships heading to the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach. The question right now, are these changes enough to make a difference?
There's 3 of them!
By the time whaling stopped in 1966, researchers believe the blue whale population had been decimated, plummeting from more than 350,000 worldwide to somewhere between 7,000 and 15,000. And whale experts say their numbers have not rebounded in the almost 50 years since.
We're seeing a lot of calves being born. Our population should be increasing a little greater, so it's entirely possible we're losing a lot more whales to these ship strikes than we realize, because most of the whales are going to sink and we're just never going to see them again.
This is an issue where we don't yet have a full grasp of how often it's happening, how severe the impacts might be to their populations, but it's something we continue to evaluate.
A decade of studies and meetings between researchers, government officials, and the shipping industry finally gave birth to a mandatory 1-mile shift in a main shipping lane between the Channel Islands and our coastline. Most involved agree that is one very small but significant step toward what needs to happen to protect all whales.
And we couldn't agree more, and we've undertaken a number of initiatives working with NOAA and the National Marine Sanctuaries people to get the word out.
These waters are just teeming with wildlife. I mean, take a look out here and you can see them. The greatest density of dolphins per square mile than anywhere else on the planet. And also right here, the largest concentration of blue whales, not to mention an estimated 2,500 fin whales. And whale experts say coming to Southern California to feed is about the most dangerous thing a blue or fin whale can do.
There was a sighting of a fin whale draped across the bulb on the bow of the vessel.
And the vessel didn't even realize it had struck the whale.
Yeah, and that has happened before too.
That endangered whale ended up stuck on a huge container ship as it pulled into the port of Los Angeles in February.
For some of these extremely large vessels, the engine is football fields away from the front of the boat. And so for a whale, it might hear it, but it might not know it's right there on top of them.
And so the research continues, funded this time by the shipping industry. Let me ask an obvious question. Why would the shipping industry want to spend money on this?
It's the right thing to do. A negative interaction between a vessel and a whale is something that nobody wants. But yet we understand that we need to do commerce in these ports, but we need to do it in a way where we're good environmental stewards.
So there's a lot of life out here, and we need to be careful with it all. The Great Whale Conservancy's primary issue is blue whale ship strikes off our coast, and they tell us research already shows if ships are mandated to sail outside of the Channel Islands between the critical months of July through October, that by itself would save the lives of blue whales.